Hey everybody, thank you for taking the time to watching this video, and let's get right into it. Before I begin, I just wanted to say that I just released another video where I talked about how the Greeks actually took the prototype of their Hercules from the Phoenicians. I went into full detail and proved, undeniable proof, that the Greeks did not start, well, let me actually say, the Greeks didn't actually create the Hercules that we all grown to love and know now, and that they actually got the prototype from it, from the Phoenicians, from a god called Malkort. And I know this is new to some people because it was new to me when I first researched it, but undeniable proof where I show that the Greeks took the ideas from this god and then stored it into their god, Hercules, that we all know today. So please, if you're interested in that, give a look into that video. You won't be undermined. I promise you. Evidence upon evidence. But other than that, let's get right into this article. And I thank you all for watching this. All right, now let's get into it. So now I got a very interesting article that I found, and which pertained to another video that I'll be making. But it's from Business Outsider. Let's look at it together. Archaeologists discover a lost world of 417 ancient Mayan cities buried in a remote jungle connected by miles of superhighways. World Aid Poll reports that this is very interesting. Let's get right into this article. Scientists in Guatemala have discovered the first freeway system in the world, the Washington Post reports. Archaeologists have found ancient Mayans built 417 cities interconnected by 110 miles of superhighways. Historians to rethink what they know about ancient Mayan civilizations. So yeah, this is really interesting that we're finding all of this. But let's dive deep into this article because there's something that they're not telling you. But let's get into it. Scientists in Guatemala have discovered the first freeway system in the world, the Washington Post reports. In an interview with the Post, researchers from a joint U.S.-Guatemalan archaeology study published in the Cambridge University Press in December said they had uncovered 417 cities dating back roughly 3,000 years, interconnected by 110 miles of superhighways. So not that there was mostly a bunch of cities around, but they all were intermingled together. That's actually had highways posted going to this city. So this is very interesting, people, that these people from far away cities were still able to intermingle with each other and trade. So it's important. This discovery is making historians rethink what they know of ancient Mayan civilization. The discovery of a network of roads and cities, hydraulic systems, and agricultural infrastructure suggests that the communities living in Central America were no more advanced than given credit for, the Post reports, because this is going to be an ongoing theme with my channel if you've been keeping up with me. Our ancient brothers and sisters were really sophisticated people. And now that we're coming into the age of Aquarius, all this information is starting to come out to prove that the ancients knew something and that they were sophisticated than what we're giving credit for. But per the paper, these findings reflect socioeconomic organization and political power. The lost world dates as far back as 1000 BC to the pre-classic epoch of the Mayans, which had previously been considered a nomadic hunter-gatherer society. Now, pay close attention. That's going to be real important. And I'm going to say this one more time and highlight it. The lost worlds date as far as 1000 BC. Remember that date because I will talk about that later. Because they thought all these people around this time were just considered nomadic hunter-gathering society. And I'm about to prove that wrong. This discovery from the Mandura jungle region in southern Guatemala is a game changer. Richard Hansen, lead author of the Study and Affiliate Research Professor of the Archaeology at the University of Idaho, told the Post, the find is in a remote jungle of the Mexican-Guatemala border. It is only accessible by helicopter to challenging 40-mile hike through the dense jaguar and snake-filled rainforest, said the Post. So this area is really confined, but it's really hard to even get to this area, people. That's interesting. The findings provide a whole volume of human history that were known to the Post. The team with scientists from the U.S. and Guatemala has been mapping the areas in the Central America since 2015 and has used LiDAR technology. And it's a key archaeological laser mapping technology to reveal the fine details such as ancient vegetation. It allowed the scientists to see ancient dams, reservoirs, pyramids, platforms, causeway networks, and even ball courts per the study. And to just give you a quick little insight what the LiDAR technology is, I'll show you here. And just to throw it out here, LiDAR, it is a method for determining ranges by targeting an object or a surface with a laser and measuring the time for the reflected light to return to the receiver. It is sometimes called 3D laser scanning, a special combination of 3D scanning and laser scanning. LiDAR has terrestrial, airborne, and mobile applications. So what it does is pretty much just gives us a 3D rendering of this area because it penetrates through the canopies of the forest all the way down to the floor, and it reflects it back up. So it's very interesting technology that we have, that we're able to actually see all this through the jungle-fested forest. So I'll continue here. Archaeologists at San Carlos in Guatemala and co-author of the paper, Enrique Hernandez, told the Post that after the further work on this project, it could be as influential as a historical discovery as the Egyptian pyramids. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see how that's really keen for us finding all this lost civilization. But one thing is, yes, the Aztecs, they were doing really good. But what's interesting is when you dive deeper is to who taught all the Aztecs all of this. And then if you read about the Aztecs, you'll see that they even acknowledge that they inherited some of these areas from other people. And then when you do that, I was like, who could be around this time before the Aztecs? And the only civilization is the Olmecs. The Olmecs. Yes, as I'll show you here real quick. The Olmecs were the earliest known major Mesoamerican civilization, following a progressive development in Soconusco. They occupied the tropical lowlands of the modern-day Mexican states of Veracruz and Tabasco. It has been speculated that the Olmecs derive in part from the neighboring Moquaya or Mixi-Zuki cultures. Now, this is the part. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. The Olmecs flourished during Mesoamerica's formative period, dating roughly from as early as 15 BC to about 400 BCE. Pre-Olmec cultures have flourished since about 2500 BCE, but by the 16 through 1500 BC, early Olmec culture had emerged, centered on the San Luis Technical site. Now, why is this important? It's because if we go back to the article, which I'm showing you here, they stated that the Lost World dates as far as 1000 BC to pre-classic epoch of the Mayans, which had previously been considered a nomadic hunter-gatherer society. So from this article, this clearly shows, if you're doing the deep research, that the Olmecs were here first, and they must have taught these Aztecs. And then just look at these Olmecs right here. And if you can clearly see, which I'll be doing a video for too, with these have African features. I mean, look at it. That derives another question. How? But I'm going to save that question for another video entirely. But let me not get too away of myself. But anywho, I wanted to present that because I will be doing a more deeper in-look when it comes to the Olmecs, because there's not a lot of information that's being spread out, because everybody talks about the Aztecs. Yes, I praise them too. They're fairly informative people, nice culture. But what derived before all that, I think that's where we're losing all of this, is who were the originals? Like, who was there first? Had to be the Olmecs. But I'll leave that for another video. But anywho, what did you guys think about the Aztecs and them saying that they made this highway, and that me showing you that the Olmecs derived from this area also too, and were before the Aztecs, and that they had so much informative information, which I'll be pressing on the next video. So stay tuned. But anywho, thank you for watching this video. I just want to get this article out, and more history and deep dives coming up soon. Been a little silent on my channel, dealing with the material world, if you catch my drift. But anywho, more work is coming soon, so stay tuned. Thank you for all my subscribers and everybody that's been sticking with me. I'm coming out with some bangers. But anywho, thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.